Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday the 20th of May 2025. In today's Millwall news, I'm going to start off with this. If you're a regular watcher of the channel, you already know about this because I told you about this last week. It's the summer transfer window. It's a bit weird this year and we'll get into why. So this is from the southernnews.co.uk. Key dates for Millwall's Club World Cup impacts domestic times. Yes, if you didn't know, FIFA are doing a World Cup. But guess what? It's with clubs. Wow! Yeah, nobody wants to play it. Nobody cares about it. Nobody's watching it. They fixed it to put Messi's team into Miami into it. Even though they don't qualify how they decided how the qualification works. It's a whole thing and nobody really gives a shit. So, Millwall are well into planning for the 25-26 season, with the club confirming their retained and release lists on Monday. It is boss Alex Neil's first transfer window that he will be fully involved in after he took charge of the Lions on December the 30th last year, the eve of the winter window when plans had already been in place. There are changes to the window this year due to the FIFA Club World Cup this summer. The competition, which involves two English clubs, Manchester City and Chelsea, will take place in the United States in June and July. Clubs involved will be allowed to register new players for the competition. Yeah, and this is what is so. We'll read the explanation at the end. So the EFL explained in a statement, due to an additional FIFA Club World Cup registration period introduced ahead of the start of the FIFA Club World Cup, the EFL and its clubs have agreed that the summer transfer window shall operate for an additional 10-day period from Sunday the 1st of June, which isn't that far away, it's next week. Sort of. What? How many days? Maybe like 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks? Sunday to June the 1st, 2025 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, June the 10th. This is due to the transfer window being unable to exceed a total of 89 days. Question mark, question mark. So what's happened? The clubs that were involved in the FIFA World Cup started kicking off and moaning, saying, look, our players are going to be out of contract or they will be out of contract. How do we bring players in for this? The transfer window isn't open. What are you doing? This is a nonsense. So then, okay. And then they said, right. What we'll do is we'll have the window open earlier for you guys. And then someone realised, well, it has to be, for some reason, it has to be 89 days. Why? I don't know. So what they've decided, well, they're going to open the window and then close the window and then reopen the window and then close the window. Not only that, but interestingly enough, they have the closings are going to be on 7 p.m. Not 11 p.m. 7 p.m. Except for the oh no, that's closing. Yeah, so when it closes on Tuesday, June the 10th, it's going to be at 7 p.m. And when it closes on Monday, September the 1st, which is ridiculous because that's a month after the season's started, well, 3 weeks after the season's already been going, it's going to be at 7 p.m., which is something I suggested because that will be gangbusters as a TV show. You're going to get so many viewers at that time rather than 11 p.m. I know some people do stay up and late and stuff, but or they're probably in bed on their phones checking, have we signed anyone, At 7 p.m, it's going to be absolutely banging. So, yeah. The FIFA regulation on this matter permits the member associations of clubs playing in the FIFA Club World Cup to establish this exceptional registration period, and there is therefore likely to be considerable transfer activity taking place across the world's major leagues during this time. The EFL therefore believes that its clubs should also have the opportunity to be active in the market at this time. So yeah, what the EFL said, it's like, well, if you're doing it, we're going to do it too. So they've just copied them because I don't know if they think they're going to miss out or something. I don't know. Maybe they think it puts them at disadvantage if one market is open but their market isn't. I don't know. But yeah, that's what they're doing. They're copying them, and this is what it's going to be. So in literally what is that? 11 days time. The transfer window will be open, and you know, are we going to sign anyone? If we don't sign anyone, is everyone going to start moaning and kicking off? Does it really matter? That is very early. That is very early. Like, this is kind of weird. Like, what's going to happen? We don't know. Will any deals get done? Or will it be as just a normal transfer window where these deals ain't going to get done until Monday, September the 1st? You know, last minute deals where everyone's like brinkmanship. Well, we're not paying that. Well, we want more money. Okay. And then something happens and it moves at the end. So we'll see. But, you know, this is the transfer window this summer. Now, talking of transfers, we're having a look at this. This is, you'll be seeing this quite a lot this summer if you watch this channel. This is the confirmed or transfer done deals from bbc.co.uk. Do you notice something interesting from today's transfers that have been announced? Zian Flemming from Millwall to Burnley. Burnley have announced. Now, they say that they're signing these players. It hasn't been actually confirmed, or obviously the transfer window isn't open, as I just told you. It doesn't open until the 1st of June. So what we might see is that deals that have already been worked out will go through on that day. Because if you go down, it says here, look, free agent from the 1st of July. That's when that's going to go through, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. Burnley have done their retained and released list. And, well, let's have a look. This is the page from BBC about what they've announced today. So Burnley sign loan quartet as Redmond and Shelvey exit. So yeah, Nathan Redmond and John Joe Shelvey, they've only played 4 times for Burnley this season from the bench, and they just let them go. They've let a load of players go. It says, however, loan players Jadon Anthony, you know, the one who, you know, at that final game of the season, it kind of rips us apart. Marcus Edwards, Bashir Humphreys and Zian Flemming will all join the club permanently this summer. So there you go. And it says, Millwall loanee Flemming scored 14 goals in 37 games to help power the club to automatic promotion. And they're in discussions with Ashley Barnes for the Premier League. For the Premier League? For the Premier League? Ashley Barnes? Are you mad? Right, so Zian Flemming, done deal, right? Well, let's have a look. Let's go to the official source, burnleyfootballclub.com. Retained list 2025. Nice graphic, very claret and blue. Right. Let's have a look. What have they said? For some reason, they have combined the men's and women's team in this announcement. Why have they done that? Nobody gives a rat's ass about the women's team. Why have you done this? So this is what it says. Jadon Anthony, Marcus Edwards, Bashir Humphreys and Zian Flemming will all join the club on a permanent basis this summer, following their season-long loan spells at Turf Moor. So this summer. It hasn't been done yet, but it will happen. Because as we know, it was a loan with a option to buy, and that option was dependent on fixtures. How many times Zian Flemming played. He had to play a certain amount of times. I imagine that's just in case he got injured. Because if he gets injured, he doesn't play, they send him back. Don't have to pay millions of pounds for him. So the deal will go through in the summer. So it's all but done, which is, week after week after week, we saw in the loan watch, but they kept including Zian Flemming. And it's really pissing me off because he's not a loan. He's effectively gone. He's not coming back. The idea of a loan watch is you check on the players that are out on loan and you see how they're doing. Are they playing well? Did they score this week? How are they doing at Bromley, at Maidstone, at Cheshire United? Are they doing good? I don't give a fucking shit if Zian Flemming's playing well for Burnley, especially if he's already fucking gone and the deal's done. So why are you telling me how he's doing on his loan watch? I don't fucking care. It's done. Business. Done. It's gone. Good luck, you know. He pretended to be injured and he forced the move through. You know, good for you. We got a load of money as well, so, you know, win-win. So there you go. Look, it says signing permanently, not signed permanently. So it hasn't gone through yet. But, now that was put up, this wasn't in the evening, this was put up earlier today, 8 hours ago, so mid-afternoon. This is Millwall's news page today. Not a word. And I don't think they mentioned it. I didn't. Obviously, I told you about this yesterday. Not a dicky bird here, no. It just says all other first team squad members are contracted at the club for 25-26 campaign. So all the players that are left, Zian Flemming's not there. And they haven't mentioned it today. Maybe they'll mention it tomorrow, or maybe they'll mention it when the deal actually goes through and gets signed. But, obviously, as mentioned, you know, I've just been on a little rant. You know, he pretended to be injured. He forced the move through. He wanted to leave. He got upset that we didn't accept the first offer for him. And, you know, he waited until the deadline day and we had to do it as a loan with a thing, you know, just to get the deal done. But business is business. You cannot be upset about this. This is what you wanted. You buy low, you sell high. Obviously, you didn't want to sell at the time, but it is what it is. The deal was the deal. You know, it went through. You still made money on it. You need to make a thing out of this, Millwall. You need to push this. You need PR. You need PR in the Dutch press. You need to let the Dutch players know, hey, Dutch players, look what happened to Zian Flemming. He's now in the Premier League. He left Dutchland and he came to England and he played for Millwall. He scored some goals. He played very well. And now he's in the Premier League. And you need to let these Dutch players know, hey, can you play football as good as him? Do you want to come to Millwall and play football? If you play well for Millwall, you could be in the Premier League. Simple as. You need to make a thing, even though there's a bit of taste, you know, about how the deal was done and all that. You need to make a thing out of this. You need to push it up. You need to big it up. You need a bit of PR. And stuff like that. You can't, you know, even though it's a bit shitty, you can't. You need to look ahead to the future and make, you know, when life gives you lemons, you gotta make lemonade. Delicious Dutch footballing lemonade. And don't forget all the tourists that came over to watch him as well. If we get another Dutch lad in who's half as good, you know, maybe we'll get some more Dutch tourists coming in. Now, moving on. This is from FSS.rs. This is the Federation Soccer Serbia website. The Serbian under-21 squad has been named, and Mihailo Ivanovic has been named in it. And it says here, the young Serbian national team continues with its activities and checks that will last until 2027, when Serbia and Albania will host the European Championship. The next two tests, friendlies, they call them tests. This has been translated from Serbian, by the way, by my browser automatically. The next two friendlies are against Bulgaria on May the 31st in Zadar, and Greece on June the 4th in Loznica. Bless you. So, if you go to the bottom row, you can see Mihailo Ivanovic, Millwall. Millwall. That's how they say Millwall. That's how they write it. Millwall. So yeah, a lot of people have seen this and they don't understand. Or the Serbian national team, the men's team, was announced yesterday, I think, and they saw that Ivanovic wasn't in it, and they don't understand what's happening. So I'm going to explain it again because I explained it before, but I've got loads of time to explain stuff because there's not a lot going on at the moment. So let's do some explaining. Right, why is he in the under-21s and not in the national team? For this reason, as just mentioned, Albania and Serbia will be hosting the 2027 under-21 tournament, and the qualification starts for it this summer. But obviously Serbia don't have to qualify for it. They're the host nation, one of them. The final will be in Albania, in Tirana. Okay? So by the way, in a couple of years, not next summer, but the summer after, if you wanted to, I don't know if he's still going to be here by then, Ivanovic, but if you wanted a summer holiday destination, there you go. Serbia in 2027. I'm sure that'll be fun. So they've been selected as joint hosts. Now, even though it's in 2027, the qualification starts now. So what that means is under 21 players who are qualified right now to be under 21, they are still allowed to play in 2027. So I think by the time this tournament kicks off, Ivanovic is going to be 23 years old. And he's going to be allowed to play in it. I think you might have to name the player in a squad during this period. I don't think you can just wait until 2027 and then bring them in. I think you do have to name them. So it'd be interesting to see if they name in for this one squad and then, they wait and then they wait until 2027 and bring him back. Or whether they keep him there for the full 2 years. Obviously, if he's absolutely insane and he's banging in goals and he gets a move to Serie A or he gets a move to the Premier League, they obviously can't ignore that and they're going to have to put him in a national team. But Serbia want to have the strongest under-21 team that they can have in 2027 because they want to do well in this competition. They're very nationalistic people. It's extremely important for them to win this competition, which is going to be insane because it's a 16-team composition. So you're going to have the top of the top. You're going to have Spain. You're going to have Italy. You're going to have England. You're going to have top teams in this. There ain't not going to be any dummies. So yeah. So they're both in it, and there's 14 slots for qualifying, as it says there. This will be the first time that under-21 Euro finals have been played in Albania or Serbia. Albania will host their first UEFA national team final tournament this year when they stage the under-17 championship, which I think is going on at the moment. England played today in that. They drew 1-1 with Belgium. While Tirana hosted their UEFA Conference League final in 2022. Serbia hosted the under-17 tournament in 2011, while UEFA Futsal Euro 16 was played in Belgrade. So, again, this is the biggest tournament that Serbia would have hosted, and they want to do well in it. They don't want to be, so they're going to try and pump the team full up with, 23-year-old players who are qualified because they're allowed to from when the qualification starts. As long as you meet the age bracket now, this summer, then you're still allowed to play in the finals. So yeah, that's what's going on with Ivanovic. It's not that they're downgrading him or he's been thrown out of the national team, the men's team. No, they want to win this competition, and they are taking it insanely seriously. Yeah. Also, while we're here, I will mention this is fkvojvodina.rs. This is the team that Ivanovic came from, to Millwall. They're third in the league with 53 points, behind Red Star and Partizan Belgrade. So that's not a bad effort. They're in a cup final. So I believe it's being played tomorrow night. Against Red Star. So they're doing pretty well at the moment. So I don't know if they've got any more players they want to, we could be interested in. But or if Ivanovic knows anyone and he wants to have a word. But why not? Why not? So yeah, good luck to Vojvodina, in the cup final tomorrow night. I believe Ivanovic is out there watching them. I think he was at the last league game that they played at the weekend, so I imagine he's still there for this big occasion for them. I don't know if they've won the cup before. I haven't got into that, but you can see here that they're telling you like where to park and all that. The tickets are sold out. Big thing for them. Right. Also, we're going to move on. Adam Barrett. He's got his first job since leaving Millwall. So he left. We had too many coaches when Alex Neil came in, because Alex Neil brought his fella in, Martin Channing, or Canning, whatever it's called. And one of Barrett or Livermore had to leave. Paul Robinson left. He already left, didn't he? He left with Gary Rowett. But Adam Barrett was the one who ended up leaving. He's now gone back to working with Neil Harris at Cambridge United. So yeah, this is from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press. Former Millwall first team coach Adam Barrett reunited with Neil Harris at Cambridge United. I wonder. Are we going to be seeing any more? Sean Hutchinson, Murray Wallace do a job in League 2? I'm sure they could. That absolutely ruined that league. Former Millwall first team coach Alan Barrett has linked up with Neil Harris at Cambridge United. The 45-year-old is part of the Lions backroom team when they won promotion from League One in 2017. Barrett, a defender who had a season with Crystal Palace and a loan spell with AFC Wimbledon during his playing days, spent 7 years on the coaching staff at the Den, departing in December in the wake of Harris's decision to end his third spell in charge of the club. During the duo's first term on the sidelines, Millwall returned to the Championship after Steve Morrison's goal 5 minutes from time earned a 1-0 win in the League One playoff final at Wembley. The Lions consolidated in the second tier for 2 seasons, and when Harris stepped down as manager in October 2019, Barrett stepped in as caretaker, guiding the team to a 2-1 win over promotion favourites Leeds United at the Den in his first game in charge. The Dagenham-born coach remained on the staff under Harris' successor Gary Rowett and was again given a caretaker manager role when he left in October 2023. Barrett returned to his backroom role under Joe Edwards and then under Harris, who returned to SC16 in February last year. When Harris left Millwall in December, Barrett followed suit, citing his ambition to become a head coach or manager in his own right. Well, that's working out, isn't it? He told the Millwall website at the time, the club has been so supportive of my desire to step into management. It's a role I've enjoyed twice in the interim at Millwall, and that only fueled my hunger further to take the next step in my career. After a couple of months out of the game, Harris accepted the role of head coach at Cambridge United, returning to the club for a second spell in charge after initially leaving 3 months into an 18-month contract in February last year to go back to Millwall. United were bottom League One where Harris returned 3 months ago and finished the season second from bottom, 9 points from safety. Harris told Cambridge's official website, I'm delighted, to welcome, Adam back to, Cambridge United. Yeah, he's somebody I've known as a work colleague, assistant head coach and a competitor on the football pitch over many seasons. I believe we brought in the highest calibre candidate and personality to support me and the current staff. He's a man with huge integrity, vast coaching experience and a real drive to develop player and win football matches. Barrett added, I'm absolutely delighted to be here and I can't wait to get started. It's a club that wants to push on and move forward, and that's reflected in the conversations I've had with Neil and Mark. I want to be part of the journey and I think I can come in and really help, and it's an exciting new challenge for myself. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, like I said. So we've got Bromley, basically little Millwall, former Millwall. Alan Dunn left there though, is it? Byron Webster's still there. And now we've got like another little Mill exclave, former Mill exclave at Cambridge United. So that should be fun. Now, moving on to this. This is from millfc.co.uk. They've got some awards from the EFL today. They've announced Millwall Football Club earns Silver Award as the EFL's Family Excellence Scheme hits another milestone. Millwall Football Club has been awarded with a Family Excellence Silver Award for the 24-25 season for outstanding work in delivering an excellent matchday experience for families. For another consecutive year, a record number of EFL clubs have achieved Family Excellence recognition. The scheme awards EFL clubs with either gold, silver or bronze status based on the matchday experience they provide to families. This season, 18 clubs received gold status, another record for the scheme, which also saw several clubs progress from bronze to silver recognition. The EFL's Family Excellence Scheme assesses the matchday experience clubs provide for families. Throughout the season, clubs receive 2 visits from family assessors who evaluate the matchday experience for families from purchasing tickets right through to the moment they leave the stadium. The family assessors consider the quality of matchday activations and experience, stadium accessibility and facilities, retail and refreshments, and how the club communicates with families. And then there's a quote there that I'm not going to read. So yeah, basically Secret Shopper. If you don't know Secret Shopper, you get 2 visits from a family. They turn up. I don't know who's paying for this, EFL or Millwall, whatever. But they don't know that they're coming. It's a secret. And then they fill in a form to tell, this is what happened. And then Millwall have got a silver from that. So there you go. Not gold, but not bronze. Not bronze. And again from millfc.co.uk, Millwall Football Club receive EFL Green Club Silver Award. Silver. Millwall Football Club is proud to announce that the Lions have been awarded EFL Green Club Silver status. EFL Green Clubs is a league-wide voluntary scheme delivered in partnership with Green Code, that supports EFL clubs to improve their environmental practices and operations. It first launched in 2021 and was updated for the 24-25 season to introduce a new assessment cycle that awards participating clubs with a status of participant, bronze, silver or gold. The refreshed scheme presents a more rigorous assessment process that requires participating clubs to exceed standard sustainability measures, meaning all levels of the award represent a concerted effort to implement environmentally sustainable practices at the club. The Lions have introduced and delivered a number of initiatives in winning the Silver Award, including being at the forefront of the Sustainable Travel Charter, launched to support football clubs travelling in a more environmentally friendly way amid growing controversy over the sport's extensive use of short-haul flights. Topping the Pledge Ball League, with supporters making pledges to make simple environmental switches to save on carbon emissions. Introducing combustible beer cups to the den, ensuring that wastage, especially on match days, is reduced. Millwall's Lion Living Strategy, which tracks CO2 among other figures from back in 2019 to the present day, as well as introducing programs to reduce that over the past 6 years. I've just got one thing to say about this. What a load of old shit. And on that note, thank you for watching. And goodbye.